Greetings and peace, everyone. Sarita here with your weekly reading from September 6th through the 12th. That's what we're going to be working with. And my name's Sarita, and I'm with naturallyhighlife.com, the creator of that. And so this week, there's a lot of interesting energies going on. As I'm shuffling the cards, I'm getting a lot of energy. And there's also something really, really strong I just was feeling. But we're using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck and the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck. These are both by John Holland. They're both beautiful decks, and I'm going to go ahead and use these. And we're going to do an Angels of Atlantis, Angels weekly reading after this for love. That's what is being called for, but I already did your weekly reading. I promise you I did, but guess what happened? Some fun Mercury retrograde stuff happened because Mercury is in shadow right now. So I'm having to redo the videos, and that's what I'm doing right now. Of course, September's came out okay, but let's go ahead and get started and see what is coming up for everyone this week. What does everyone need to know this week? What sort of guidance would be helpful this week for everyone to know, and what type of things will be happening this week? What do we need to see? By the way, I hope you had a good weekend as well. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. And well, the good thing is those cards are coming back up again that are necessary to know from the reading that did not work out. Because the fan, the AC sound yesterday was in the readings. So that was very interesting. So all I heard was this crazy humming noise in the background, like background noise. So I had to redo all the videos. And I'm working on not being, over nitpicky or perfectionistic, as, some of the signs can be that way. I'm not going to get into which one that is that does that. But anyway, on to your reading. We have the first card that is coming up. It's speaking to me. It's saying that there are definitely some, it says love begins. And there's two hands outstretched with a bowl, and they're holding it. And let me see if I can get you a good look, because I do have these lights on extremely bright in here. Because yesterday's lights were not good. So this is the card, and it says love begins. And as you see, there is a flowing of water, and it may seem like, it may seem like for some of you this week that there have been obstructions and there has been a dead end, a dead end with making choices. And now it's like you're able to turn around and go in the opposite direction, and you're going to feel the flow of it. But what is going to also help is the fact that some of us are not going against the current. And it's like when something doesn't work, you're like, you know what, this isn't working. And then you just snap out of it, and then you go into the other direction. And it's going to be definitely, because we've got some eclipse energy coming up, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, new moon coming up. So that speaks to me, saying that there is definitely new beginnings in terms of love, because love begins, right? And love is beginning in a whole new way for certain relationships, not just the single people, but for some people who are a self-love for themselves, a newfound love for the type of work that they do, the type of clients they have, and whom they work for and with. And Family. Finding a new way to love family unconditionally. If you were someone who's had some traumatic experiences with your family, back stabbing type of stuff, people that don't have your best interests at heart, and you can tell that those people are people that need some healing deeply, and it's like their way of tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, please help me. Let me push your buttons and let me get your attention by doing this thing, which, we'll look at that and be like, okay, that is not really making any sense, but it's like that's their way of getting your attention. So I'm getting the feeling that there's just a new way of looking at things, because Venus was retrograde and Venus is going direct as of today, tomorrow on Sunday, the 6th, the day that you all are going to start the week off, okay? So definitely as the beginning of the week starts, and it's talking about what is hidden. So it's like it's still not going to be very apparent that there's a new energy as far as this love is concerned. It's not going to be completely apparent. In fact, it's going to be, it's like it's slow because planetary energies, once they're retrograde, it takes them a while to go back to their normal speed. So it may take a week or so, week and a half. I'm seeing maybe a little less than that though for some of you that are really in tuned, are feeling already like me. I felt like doing my hair. I feel like doing some other extra stuff because Venus is going back direct. So you feel like doing a little bit of extra stuff. So you feel more loving, love. You feeling, like getting out into nature and expressing yourself. So that brings in more feelings of appreciation and new things happening. And then it's like it's very shocking, like the way that the love feeling is feeling. So it's like a hidden thing. It's under the surface. You don't see it right away. And Pluto is about to go direct also on the 22nd of the month. And Pluto has to do with those things which are hidden. So it's like when the past, so I don't know if it was a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. It's been a while, but definitely for a straight 4 weeks or so, it's been a period of really seeing what is important, who's really in my corner, and how do they have my back? How are they being supportive to me? And it's like showing you don't have to do anything to deserve that love because you're deserving of it regardless. It's just something that is, and that's the way it's supposed to be if it's real love. But yeah, new beginnings, a fresh new start in creative matters, but emotionally feeling as if, anything can happen. But the next card showing that there is also a feeling trapped in fear around accomplishing various hopes and dreams that one may have, right? You got someone sitting here, and this person is sitting behind some sort of a cage, and he looks like he's locked in there. And when I see this is a mental block, you know. This person is mentally blocked, and I'm sorry about the light, guys. I just wanted you all to be able to see. I'm still trying to figure it out. Maybe this works. Yeah. So this person is sitting, and they're like they've gotten hard. They're the way they're thinking is kind of harsh, because they wanted things to happen a certain way. This love stuff, the way their emotions are unfolding, but instead of flowing, the week could start off with someone getting stuck because they're scared, which is, it happens, and they're scared that things are not going to happen the way they want. The outcome is not going to unfold the way they want it to. And so this is basically saying to me too that it's something really big. We got number 8 on here. So it's a big deal. It's something that you really want. And there's a big old fear there that is blocking. It's like an elephant in the room, but it's going to be addressed. And it's getting addressed. And yesterday when I did you all's reading, and that reading had the fan noise in the background, the same energy is coming up again in the next card because I was guided to tell you yesterday that the guides were really stressing and or really emphasizing the fact that you can do anything you want to do. And, this energy can be combated. As I was shuffling your cards, it was basically saying that you've got to basically look at things that inspire you, right? And look at those things that inspire you and find out what they are and get into those things. Surround yourself with those things, or at least watch those things, listen to those things to remind yourself of what it is that you want and put it on paper, okay? Get through that. It's just a fact of doing certain things, and success is natural. It'll happen as a result of that. We have the wisdom card here, and this card has a number 5 on it. So there are changes taking place. And this is the Hierophant card when I see this. So let me let you see it up close. It's really bad. All right, and so you have a man here on here who is, he's got a dog next to him, and he's looking at a family, and he comes bearing wisdom. And he's like a spiritual guide or someone who's a teacher who's going around and giving their knowledge, their expertise, and they specialize in something. So this speaks about, to me, that there's certain things that, well, all of us specialize in certain things. And this week, before we go through these eclipses, depending on where that is in your chart, you are being reminded that guidance is there. And all you have to do is call on it, as I say it almost weekly, because that's what I have to do that myself too. And working with so many things going on, so, being so busy, you got to make time for you. And we have to make time for ourselves. But this energy is also speaking to the fact that spring, not spring cleaning, but fall cleaning, getting into that cleansing of your space, your aura, taking sea salt bath, or getting into the shower with a special gemstone, or just getting in water and just visualizing yourself being cleansed of old energies, letting those things go away, especially before the end of the month, before Pluto is going back direct, and even before or during the time when Venus is at its very beginning. It would be so good to do a cleansing, because in this position, this is speaking to an ancestor I'm seeing here. Someone who's wise, someone who's loving, and who loves you unconditionally, comes with a reminder to cleanse your space and to think about the people who surround you, and to see what they're reminding you of that is going on within yourself. As people are mirrors, so sometimes we don't even align with various people because they're in such a place, they can't connect to us and we can't connect to them. But when we're feeling our best, those people that are around us, make a note of that. And when you're feeling your worst, make a note of those people also. But they're saying to cleanse your space. If there's certain people, certain things that you no longer want to be there, then clear space to do that. And you'll see some different things. Listen to your guides and watch for their messages this week also. Someone's trying to get in touch with you. This is definitely saying here, cleansing may need to be done. That means house, that means the aura, that means it could be clothes, it could be, what else needs to be cleansed? Clutter, clearing clutter, or just stacking it up in a different place. Little feng shui, shifting the energies around, all right? That's what they're saying. That's going to be huge. That's like a big deal. That's why I stayed on it so long. And then an answer to a question that you may have. This is coming up, and it's the authority card. Basically talking about managing, being in a position of authority, stepping up to the plate and doing what it is that you know how to do, that you know, and when I see this, I'm thinking not only is it a expert, but it's someone of authority. It's an Aries type of person. It could be a fire sign. It could be a man or a woman also. But this person, they know their stuff, and their confidence, it exudes and is just pouring out all over the place, all right? And, fire signs, they tend to be flamboyant and, you know, and even if they're introverts, like I happen to be an introvert, but looking at my hair and the way I have my face today, you may think otherwise, but I have my times. So there's different facets of ourselves that'll be out in the open, will be on the forefront. But this week, it's going to be a week where you're definitely going to make things move a bit faster by feeling that confidence and exuding it. Just letting the world know who you are by stepping on the scene with your full energy, without, in a humble way. But definitely, those of you who are like head of household, this speaks to some of what you'll be dealing with this week with children, with your children. And definitely, I'd like to hear about that because I've got some stuff that I'm seeing and feeling. But they're saying something having to do with children, having to put your foot down around some important things that have to do with your children. And so being stern, that type of thing. And then awareness. This is happening in the very near future, and it has to do with connecting with past lifetimes of energy that you have. When I see this as the Magician card. So already we've had the Hierophant, we've had the Emperor, and now we have the Magician. So a very key, important, beautiful, and big time week. It is. Because you have this card, you have someone who they've got an assortment of tools at their disposal. And this energy did come up when I pulled the cards for yesterday. That didn't work out because of the fan noise. But it was basically talking about the fact you may be watch out for getting into being perfectionistic and feeling like you need to go and buy a bunch of stuff before you can get the job done. Before you can set out and start that business, before you can apply for the new job that you want. Because we've got 2 number 1 cards here, then I also saw yesterday that the energy is very much so, I'll talk about that in the next card, but it's a very potent energy right now for creation. When I see number 1s, I see creation and new beginnings and starting off with something, but being at the very forefront of it so much that it's still it still may be in your mind. It may not actually have taken any type of shape yet, and that type of energy may be playing out in a huge way for many of us. I know it definitely. I can feel it going on. I feel it for myself. So just see how that's looking for you. But this is telling you that you have what you need now to take the next step. That's what I'm hearing really strongly. You have what you need to take the next step. All right. So all that stuff you've already bought, or what you haven't bought, or the resources that are all free online, go on there and utilize that, they're saying. And so we're going to do a love reading with the angel cards, so I won't get into a lot of that right now. But this is really showing, number 6, harmony, that you have a strong sense of love this week. And another card, this is the Lover's card. So we have the Hierophant, the Emperor, the Magician, and we have the Lover's card. So you have this card here, and then you have this. You've got new beginnings as far as the way that you're giving love to you, many of you. The way that you give love to yourself is like so endearing, so deep, and it's very, very practical by just having certain routines, listening to a certain audio when you get up, and just doing the things that spark and remind you of what needs to be done. This is also encouraging positivity in relationships. And so relationships have reached a different type of high. And I'm also picking up too that some of you have gotten more comfortable with the fact that your mate is different than you are, and you're allowing them to be that way. And it's like, you know what, it's all right. They're different. They don't express love the way I would want them to, like in the movies. But you know what? It's still love just the same because I can feel that warmth coming from them. It's that type of thing that I'm getting from this. So, what area do you feel that you can use more structure when it comes to your relationships and partnerships? You know, in the way that you have harmony, balance in your life, the way that you come together with other people. How do you feel like you can? Do you need any more structure, or do you need to release some structure? Is it too structured? And can you restructure the area of your life that has to do with the way that you collaborate with other people? You know, so networking, when I see this isn't just about love energy. This is connecting with people in the community, and knowing that you don't have to do it all by yourself. So many of us heart-centered, people, oh, we like, it's like we were warriors in a past life or whatever, but that's the energy that we come with a lot of times. And it's like, look, I got this. I don't need anybody's help. But guess what happens? You find yourself taking longer to get things done. And yeah, you do build up confidence, and you build up, a huge assortment of gifts along the way, and you get to see who you are. But you don't have to do it like that. It doesn't have to be so hard. So this week is saying to reach out to those people also who are there, that that are in your circle somewhere in the community or whatever, and ask for that help. It could be a simple phone call of calling anybody, that needs to just reach out and call somebody, also. And I see this number 6 too. I'm seeing, I hear huge breakthroughs as far as the type of communication that is had between you and others, but very much so a loving week, getting through, as you get through this energy, and remember that you have this, getting through being trapped in fear, and knowing that you have all that you need right now. You have that support. The universe is there supporting you. You've got it. That's what's there in the background. Remember that. And being aware of that. All right. And underneath the deck for the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, we have Opportunity Beckons. And again, this has a number 4 on it. You have somebody looking over a balcony at the entire world beneath their feet, ahead of them. And you got the moon out there, which to me, it symbolizes, again, this solar lunar eclipse changes that we have going on. Let me tell you, it's going to rock a lot of our worlds. I have it going on in my first house, so I'm going to have some fun with that. So, yeah, Opportunity Beckons. Look, but if you've been feeling like you've been chained to the past, don't connect with that old paradigm anymore, because it's time for a huge shift, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So the entire structure beneath this person's feet, some people are going to be building anew, moving. There are some huge moves, some plans to go abroad, and to go across, to be closer to the water. I'm hearing the word seas, being close to the water. So he's got blue around his head, huge insights coming through too. Huge insights. All right, I said I wasn't going to have this reading be too long, but again, yeah, 4 major arcana cards, and emotional stuff, things having to do with the heart, and having a little bit of an obstruction at the beginning of the week, perhaps only for a few. I don't see everybody having that. But quickly getting on course with knowing that you have what you need and you are supported and loved. And that's what this has to do with. It has to do with that love of the universe, getting past looking at life through just your own lens, and then looking at things as they are, you know. All right, so that's that. Thank you so much for listening. Please look at the description area for all the things that I'm offering. I do have these really delightful, delicious tarot meditations where I focus on a specific card in the tarot deck of the majors, because I know a lot of people are wanting to learn the tarot. And there's sometimes that you may get a reading and it really speaks to you, and you're like, I want to use this card to really do like path working, or you want to use another card to learn what the lesson is about it. So I have some channeled meditations that are on Etsy, and you'll find my Etsy account under Naturally High Life, but you'll also find the link in the bottom description area too. So please look down there, and I'm going to go ahead and do the angel readings now for love, and I think that should do it. And I'm going to go ahead and upload this now. And you all definitely have a wonderful week, and we got to do a Google Hangouts. Since I have some light in here now, I can do that. So I will probably just pop online and do a live Google Hangout. Be on the lookout and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And I look to talk to you soon and to connect with you soon. And if you'd like a reading with me, of course, do check out naturallyhighlife.com. Go to shop. And on the front page also of my site, naturallyhighlife.com, you'll also find where you can get a clarity session with me, where we can find out where you are, where you're trying to go, and we can dig in and really connect and talk via phone, Skype, what have you. All right? So that's it. Peace, love, and light. My name's Sarita with Naturally High Life, and thank you so much for listening and tuning in every week. And thank you so much also for subscribing, sharing, liking, and being there. I really appreciate y'all. I've been through, man, this has been a year. But we'll talk soon. Love and light.